Hello, this is Jeff Nager with AMD World Championship of Custom Bike Building. I'm speaking with Jason Ferguson of Texas Bike Works, and you know, this looks like an Harley-Davidson bike.
Well, it is. The basic rolling chassis is all vintage Harley-Davidson stuff. You know, the frame, the front end, the gas tank, the oil tank. It's all stuff that my father bought in 1976.
Well, you know, it's funny, maybe 10, 12 years ago, I was in the San Leandro shop, and he's got a little museum in the back, and there was a couple bikes that looked very similar to this bike, and it's got a very retro feel in a time that that customizing time was very, very wild, I thought.
Yeah, Harley-Davidson was an innovator. I mean, he was one of the first guys to really do all that stuff, and with this being in the family since '76, you know, I was 6 years old when that happened, so the Harley-Davidson name has always been around for me. So Harley-Davidson is somebody that I really look up to and am inspired by. So.
And Texas Bike Works is a frame manufacturer and a bike accessory shop.
Yes, I do. I build complete motorcycles. I have started building some reproduction Harley-Davidson inspired frames. I build complete bikes. I do a little bit of everything. I do motor work, accessories. I just anything motorcycles. I love it.
All right. So your dad bought the parts, built the bike. How did you get the bike out of his hands?
I forget what really happened, but I think he had let it go. So I got it all in boxes. I literally got the basket case, you know, so everything was completely disassembled and it had been rusted. So I got it all, I had to rebuild it all from scratch and find parts. That's where kind of some of the newer modern parts came in, because I kind of like, you know, good brakes, and I like.
So it really wasn't a freshen up. It was like a ground up build.
Oh yeah, completely. I completely rebuilt the motor. I mean everything in the motor is brand new. So you know, every part on here is new except for, you know, the stuff I had to recondition.
All right, so let's talk about the motor. What year is it, and what did you do in the modification?
It is a 1967 XLCH. And it's pretty much stock on the inside. It's all original Harley parts. I just did a lot of modifications to the external parts, you know, polished cases. I modified the cam cover and the kicker cover, split the rocker boxes, and had...
That's always a nice touch.
Yeah, I've always loved that. It's, you know, Ness always did that on all his bikes, so, yeah. You know, I was just trying to keep that whole Harley-Ness.
The whole Harley vibe going.
Yeah, definitely. The paint job, I did a lot of research on the paint and the gold leafing, and so I tried to keep it, I don't know, as era correct as I could, and still throw in some modern stuff, you know.
You know, the paint job really makes it stand out, and it's so satisfying to look at that paint compared to, you know, some of the other paint jobs you see nowadays.
Yeah, I just try to keep it simple, and I don't know. I like the fade, the blue. I've always been a fan of the blue. My friend Shark at Shark Performance Art did all the paint work for me. It's got a lot of hand pinstriping and gold leafing, silver leafing. Believe it or not, the paint is leftovers from other jobs. We just went into the paint rack and just started pulling colors. Hey, I like this color. How about this color with that color? And
well, it's nice when you can build bikes and look at some really quality leftovers.
Oh, yeah. Well, it helps that you've got a quality painter that knows what to do with them. So.
Now I noticed there's a lot of engraving, just like in the era. Is that left over from there, or did you do the engraving yourself?
No, I didn't do the engraving. A guy named Daryl Davis did the engraving. Another cowboy. I'm from Texas, so I met a lot of cowboy artisans and craftsmen that do really nice work.
So the cowboy put a little time and effort in the seat too?
That's another guy named Carmen Allen, who's also, I guess he's an ex-rodeo guy that got into doing leather work.
So his fingers aren't busted up?
No, but they're pretty tough. He's a tough guy, so yeah, he's an amazing artist. Builds all of his own tools, and there's over 80 hours just in the leather artwork part. That doesn't include the seat and wrapping and all that. So,
you know, to do leather right and make it look artistic like you have it is not an easy thing. I see, you know, you see a lot of leather seats, and this one really pops.
Well, thanks. I'm sure Carmen would love to hear that, and he's a great guy and just an incredible artist.
So the frame geometry is stock from Harley-Ness?
Yes, I didn't do anything to the frame. I did cut, you know, the tab off for the drum brake, and it's all original. I didn't mess with the neck. I was torn between cutting the neck out and upgrading it to a new 1-inch style neck, but I kept it original. So I had to make a custom fork stop for it, but that's about all I did to that. And I remolded everything, so it's all, I did all the paint prep work, you know, sanded it, primed it, did all the molding. I did all the sanding. That's the benefit to knowing the painter. He lets me do some of the work so I can save a couple bucks, you know.
That's always a benefit.
Yeah,
what's the most difficult part of this build?
I spent a lot of time shaping the cylinders. You know, that's probably the most time-consuming part. It's really not that difficult. It's pretty simple. Just taking the time to look at the details and fit everything and just make sure everything matches and fits together. I mean, the bike had been, I don't know how many times my dad, I've got pictures, he used to rebuild it every year for the local Easy Rider show, and so he had rebuilt it 6 times. This is the second version that I've had of it. I got it, when I first got it, I got it all running and just spray canned it black, and you know, and rode it around for 2 years. I drove it to work every day for 6 months. So
that's a really cool story. So what does your dad think of the final iteration?
Oh, he loves it. He can't even, has a loss for words. He's just like, I can't believe it, you know, what you did with it. I never had it that nice, you know. So that was kind of cool to hear, because he's not a professional bike builder, but he's built many bikes over the years. So
it's a beautiful bike. If somebody was looking at this and would like to talk to you about frames or custom work, what website would they go to and what telephone number would they dial?
They'd go to texasbikeworks.com, and you could call me at 817-326-0288.
All right, Jason, thanks so much, and have a good show.
All right, thank you.